Welcome to Meghan Markle's Debacles, where the royal circus never leaves town and the Sussex sideshow always steals the spotlight. If there's drama, I'm on it. Are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex about to lose their royal titles for good? Reports are swirling that King Charles and Prince William are preparing to make a historic decision that could permanently sever Harry and Meghan's royal titles. Welcome back to Meghan Markle's Debacles, where we cut through the spin and get to the truth. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let's dive into this explosive story. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle still carry the titles Duke and Duchess of Sussex, granted to them by Queen Elizabeth II on their wedding day back in 2018. But since then, and since stepping back from royal duties in 2020 and following their bombshell Oprah interviews, Netflix documentaries and tell-all memoirs, pressure has been mounting to strip them of their honours. Now, it makes sense. I've thought about this quite a lot over the last couple of days, and it makes sense now, and this is just my opinion, why King Charles would set it up for Harry and Meghan to lose their titles once he passes, because that's his dying wish, and he doesn't have to get the backlash from Harry and Meghan after his passing, and he can leave a legacy of he actually did the right thing in the end. So that kind of does make sense. Critics argue that the Sussexes have monetized their royal connections while publicly attacking the very institution that gave them those titles. Supporters claim they're using their voices to speak out, but the question remains, can they have it both ways? Well, no, they can't. They might think they can, but they can't. But with each new interview, podcast, or memoir appearance, the palace is reportedly losing patience. William, in particular, sees this as not just disloyal, but damaging to the monarchy's long-term credibility. And this is where I think they've been doing a little bit of secret talks with Parliament for this to go ahead. I mean, if the king knows he's got X amount of years left, which I hope he has a lot of years to go, he will be starting to pull some punches and get things organised to leave his own legacy behind. Makes sense. It really does make sense, because he will be leaving behind this legacy that people will praise him for once he passes. The last time this happened was in the aftermath of World War I, when British royals with German titles had them stripped. It's rare, but it's not impossible. So why now? Royal insiders believe the passing of Queen Elizabeth was a major turning point. With Charles now firmly on the throne and William taking on more responsibility, the palace is recalibrating. Meghan's new Netflix series and lifestyle brand, as ever, have only reignited debates about the Sussexes' use of their titles for commercial gain. Meanwhile, Harry's legal battles with the UK press and his ongoing security demands are painting a picture of a prince who wants royal privilege without any royal responsibilities, including security. Now, they've been very firm on him not getting security. It would be a little bit more difficult to take that security away once the king passes. Again, I hope it's not for a very, very long time. I happen to actually like the king. But not only that, what damage could they have done with that security and access to certain information in the interim while the king is still alive? Polls in the UK suggest public opinion is shifting, with more than half of Britons now supporting the removal of Harry and Meghan's titles. Some MPs have even raised the issue in Parliament, demanding action. If the king makes a move, it could set a strong precedent, but it could also risk deepening family wounds that may never heal. Once he's gone, I'm pretty sure the king really won't give a shit about those family ties, because Harry has actually ruined a lot of those family ties. There was an article the other day, I think it was, or last week, with Zara saying how difficult it is and how difficult Harry has made things within the family circle and how sad it is, but she stands firmly by the king. She's a beautiful lady, that one. So will Charles finally pull the trigger? Is William ready to act with or without his father's blessing? And how would Harry and Meghan react to such a monumental royal blow? Well, that royal blow is coming. They've committed treason, whether you like it or not. They have committed treason. I am pretty sure, too, him saying about he doesn't know how long his father has left. I'm pretty sure he's not allowed to speak about stuff like that. Isn't there an unspoken rule about the monarch not talking about the monarch's death or impending death? He's such an arsewipe. Harry's committed high treason against the crown. I mean, you can sugarcoat it whichever way you want. The bottom line is the two of those offsprings by these so-called parents' own actions have tainted their births. It will not be Prince William who makes that decision, but his father. The king is acting behind the scenes, I believe, and it's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think, but it's in my opinion that he is actually taking action behind the scenes for this to happen when he passes. As soon as William ascends the throne, it won't be William's decision, so therefore people cannot attack William for it, but it will come from the king that his dying wish was that they lose their titles, they are removed from the line of succession, and Bob's your uncle. See you later, Harry and Meghan. And your king and your dad just stitched you up. What can we call that? Can we call that a bit of a palace stitch up? Or can we call it karma for being absolute pompous little arseholes to the royal family? I never ever thought that the royal family would take it on the chin. I always thought eventually they would do something. The king not speaking to his son for 5 years speaks absolute volumes. And for everybody that kept on dissing him, going, oh, the king's paying his way, and the king's secretly protecting his son, and the king this and the king that. Conspiracy theories are actually very interesting, very humorous, extremely entertaining, but quite often the answer is right in front of your eyes. It doesn't matter how many degrees people think that they have, or how many masters, or this, that, and the other. The solution sometimes is the very, very simplest one. And the king, in my opinion, is taking action. And once he goes, in a long time, I hope, then you will see these two pompous little arseholes fall on their sword. I, for one, can't wait. They have absolutely invested in their own karma, and they deserve every bloody well thing that they've got coming to them. Everything. What they did to our late queen was absolutely disgusting. No one will ever forgive them for that. They can sugarcoat it as much as they like, but I cannot see people forgiving Harry and Meghan for what they did to that beautiful, beautiful woman. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. No respect, no loyalty, no nothing. He deserves everything he's got coming to him. And you know what? Guess who will take his place in the line of succession? And I think this one might hurt a little bit more, you pompous little prick. Oh, Prince Andrew. I mean, imagine that. The allegations against Prince Andrew, which I know it's not a popular opinion, but I don't follow the crowd. I'm the black sheep. I honestly think Prince Andrew was set up. I mean, his wife never paid back Epstein. I was going to say Einstein. And isn't that interesting too? He died in prison. The cameras didn't work that day in prison. I mean, In prisons and police stations, there's generators that click in, not only for cameras, for the security gates and other things that happen in prisons and police stations. So, them saying that the cameras didn't work? Bullshit. Virginia Giuffre, that's another controversial one. I did put up a post a couple of weeks ago saying I'm not buying it. And what I meant by that was, again, not a popular opinion with the public, but I just do not buy that she took her own life. I know she had a horrendous life. What she went through was awful. But I just don't buy that she took her own life. I really don't. I mean, was she instructed to take her own life before her life was taken? If you know what I mean. I really do hope that gets investigated. But we mustn't forget too that old Meghan Markle was called up to testify for a few things, remember? Epstein, Virginia Giuffre, Meghan Markle. I reported months and months and months ago that Meghan was seen here in Sydney before her and Harry got together on a yacht in the harbour. Harry was on board too, and she was with some dodgy characters. Let that one rattle your brain. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and we shall chat soon. Have a lovely day, keep smiling, and you know what? Stay healthy and happy. Bye.